We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about the next week for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already coiling up again. We are sitting at 91,200 at the moment, seeking to challenge once more the 93,500 all-time high that we just put in the other week. And of course, now the question is, what is going to happen next and what could fuel the next leg up? And that is, in my opinion, retail investors coming in. They are coming in with force right now, as at every point, at work, at the gym, at wherever, people are starting to talk about crypto and discussing what else to buy. And very soon, Bitcoin returns will not be what people are looking for. People will be looking at stuff like Peanut, will be looking at where the big communities are, like Vechain or like Solana or like Cardano or something like that. And then these altcoins will be on the move. And we can prove that retail is coming in. I will show you in this stream, and we are also going to talk about all of those altcoins, do a little bit of market watch, and we're going to talk about Veve as well. As Veve collectible quality is increasing, we are taking a look at the next step for Veve collectibles as well, so make sure to stay all the way through. So, good morning to each and every one of you. It is a Monday morning, very slow. I see you guys are too lazy to type in the chat, but if you want to, you can. Also, I would like to ask you to smash up the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Make number go up. You see here, we are increasing the numbers. 4,356 subscribers. Never, when I built this channel a while ago, I would have thought that I would reach these numbers any day, right? So I'm very glad about that. Smash up the like button, subscribe here, notifications on, so you never miss out on videos and live streams. I see Green Lantern is here, GM Boys present, driving and paying attention. Patrick Bultman also here. Good morning to you. It is not only a Monday, it feels like a Monday. So we'll have a big sip of coffee here before we're starting into the action. By the way, I want to quickly thank my rare hodlers here on the screen, obviously. Everyone that we see here, everyone with a badge, a medal. Chris Thomas also here, Morning Squad, what's going on? For supporting this channel, for making this all possible. Thank you so much. If you want to become a rare hodler like them, then you first subscribe to the channel, and after you can become a channel member. But now let's look at the Bitcoin action, because Bitcoin is actually moving as we speak. Candle to the upside, challenging overhead resistance sitting at 91,500. We are at 91,300. Looking to go upwards, but overnight for Europe overnight, we have almost done a 3% back into the 90 something thousand. And obviously this is somewhat of a bullish pattern, right? We had pumped here, now we are consolidating in something that looks pretty much like a bull flag, right? So we are likely going up higher. Now let's look at the weekly close that we just had, and you can already see how bullish Bitcoin looks. The weekly close that Bitcoin had was at, let's see, 90,064, if I'm seeing that correctly here. Let's check it, zoom a little bit in. Yeah, no, actually it's very okay, so it's not that easy. It's almost, it's like, what is the close? There you go, like exactly at 90,000, something like that, but or just $2 short or something. But anyways, we have ourselves a small resistance here. Our all-time high is here. We are starting more to move more, and from everything I discussed this on the last stream, for everything that we have seen in the indicators, this move is likely to continue. At some point though, don't freak out, but at some point, we see it here, RSI is getting closer. At some point there will be a big nasty pullback that will catch everyone off guard. Luka Petric also here, good morning winners. Pro Legendary, good morning to you as well. Sup boys. And Motili, good morning to you as well. Guys, don't forget to smash up the like button if you have just recently joined for the Bitcoin pump. Look at this massive pump breakout. We are on the way. It looks really, really good here. And now let's talk a little bit. Actually, let's do the monthly view as well. So we are on the monthly. We are sitting also obviously at the same price, but look at, this is only one big candle, and we're only now about 12 days away from the monthly close. And obviously it would be good if the month closes like this or higher. That would be great. But even if we would close a little bit lower on the monthly, that would not be a problem. The bull market is fully intact with all the indicators that we're seeing here. And we have not topped out yet. So obviously there is stuff like the pi cycle indicator. I think we can also let's see pi cycle in Bitcoin top indicator. Let's see if we can pull that up here. There you go. So this indicator, maybe we have to change the chart a little bit. That's a very cluttered chart, but we see it here. So this pi cycle indicator, it more or less calls the top, as well as the TSI here. So this did not happen yet. If we're zooming in, you don't see any red flag, so to say, that calls a pi cycle top. I don't know why it's not written here, because it also called this one as a top. But we will see. So let's talk about the prediction here from Plan B, or the model, right? I have it on the screen, so let's talk about it a little bit. So the stock to flow price model indicates, a gray line indicates where we should be, with some tolerances in dark blue and light blue, right? And according to stock to flow, we are undervalued, or we are behind the curve still. According to stock to flow, we should already be beyond 100k, as you see on the left axle here. You see it that we should, you see it that we should be under 100k, beyond 100k, but we're just sitting under. So it's very likely, if stock to flow is correct, that we are going to pump beyond 100 in a second. So, or in the next days and weeks to come. So according to stock to flow, also we should be way higher, right? We should be going to 150k or so by now, right? If we would be really realigning with the gray line. Of course, we need to be very careful with this, because all models can be wrong, and so can stock to flow. Last bull cycle, stock to flow, before it was readjusted, called for 150k, and it did not happen. So that is what happened. Okay, so let's talk about retail investors coming in. This is what you see here is basically the spent output value bands. So how much was spent in each USD range. So there is 1,000 to 10,000 USD in light blue. Then purple is 100 to 1,000. So the lowest is purple. The light blue is an average 1,000 to 10,000, and the yellow one is 10 to 100K. And only these are really considered smaller transactions. So what we see is whenever there are spikes in blue and yellow, that's when you have retail in, because the amounts are too small for like the general investors, right? So we see that here right now, that not only, also the 10 to 100K is spiking, but the spikes are really high on blue and yellow here. So we saw that only one other time, and that was when we topped out here at the 70 something thousand after the Bitcoin ETF run. Okay, so we see that there are more and more spikes for retail. Look at the 2016-17 market, which I always preach that we are mimicking. We are spiking and spiking and spiking up until we see a massive, huge spike where we top out. But also keep in mind that every of these spikes at some point, we don't know how high it goes, but every of these spikes is at some point followed by a pullback. We see that almost every time. You see this out of the ordinary spike here that we just had, and we had this massive consolidation. Now we have another spike, right? We see such a spike here, for example, and a pullback, right? Then the next spike up, pullback. We don't know how high the spike will go, but at some point there will be a more nasty pullback. But the bottom line is not that there will be a pullback or not. We know there will be several 20-30% pullbacks on the way. The bottom line is that these are amounts that retail investors use, and that is usually when retail investors get excited when these spikes happen, as we see here. So this is very likely going to cause people to come in and FOMO also into altcoins in a similar way with 100 to 100K dollars. So retail seems to be showing signs of life, whereas in the bear market we didn't really see that, right? We saw always the same, but none of these spikes, right? And these always happen when Bitcoin price already pumped. So this is basically one social proof here. The other one is Google search trends, which you already know. If you're subscribed to the channel, you already know this metric for when retail is coming in. And right now we see that here we have the weekly close on these numbers, and we ended up with the highest value since the last bull market at 65, whereas altcoins and NFTs basically don't get any love right now. Okay, so everyone's looking for Bitcoin. We see that here. Now the projection is a little bit less, but we will see how it will look once Bitcoin pumps a little more, right? So we see the last time, so here in this crash, actually it's not true that it's the first time since the last bull market. Actually, when FTX crashed, I think it was when FTX crashed. Now I have to look up. What is that? 12th to 18th of June. I think that should be when FTX crashed. That's actually June. Yeah, here we go. Like in the, I'm not sure if it was, no, actually that was probably not FTX, but Three Arrows Capital and so on. What created like this massive drawdown, this mega sorry, you can see that. I'm a little bit tired still here, but you can see that. Okay, so this crash here is meant, right? This crash in the bear market caused people to look up Bitcoin, because that was when we lost support. You see this here? This mega support here? When we lost this one, people were looking up what the heck is going on with Bitcoin. So that was the other time since the bull market that the search volume was as high as it is now. here on these metrics. And now you could say, what about the altcoins? What about like Solana, Vechain, Ethereum, AVAX? What is going on? Like you see here that these, like the search volume spikes first, and then altcoins are getting more search volume when there are several spikes, and then the altcoin pump is happening way later. So it will take a little bit more time. And then also you see, like when altcoins already pumped like hell, so to a 15 is a very high value for altcoins. Then we see NFTs like here, right? This here, Bitcoin already topped out. Bitcoin already basically topped out, not in the search volume, but like this early top, right? So this top here happened right then and there, where these first spikes are, and in this drawdown and sideways and whatnot, the altcoins went nuts. So NFTs way behind. They sparked the first time that basically the bear market is already on, then altcoin season happens, or here bear market is on, then the NFT run happened. So we will see about that. So let's look at one more thing, and that is Bitcoin exchange reserve. All exchanges look at this. Is also I think it's the first time, the first time in Bitcoin history that exchange reserves are declining during a bull cycle. They've now hit levels not seen since 2018, with institutional and national state adoption growing. So the first time that you have a decline through the bull. Okay, so we only saw something like this here when price wasn't really moving, but then in the last bull run, you see the price goes up, the Bitcoin exchange reserve also goes up, right? Now they're going down while price is going up. So that implies that we're nowhere near the top if we would behave like this, right? So you see the exchange reserve goes up here, right? Also, I mean, you could also argue that many people were still, many coins were still coming from private mining. So people were transmitting to the few exchanges that were there and then selling off and so on. But overall, we have never seen this on-chain that we have a drop-off in Bitcoin that hard while the price is rising. That's just has never been here. So in many ways, the cycle is different from others, right? Although we don't like that this time is different, we still have to accept that the cycle is somewhat different than others. And now, who's also a little bit different is Michael Saylor, because Michael Saylor has put out a tweet saying, I think SaylorTracker.com needs even more green dots. So someone's tracking all the buys from Saylor, and apparently he's just announcing the next buy, and we're at 90-something thousand. This tweet could technically be the reason why we are pumping again, because if he plans to allocate another couple of billion at 90,000, that might be quickly leading to us passing this previous all-time high. So that definitely is happening. Let's see here how we are moving on the hourly quickly. So we are exactly sitting at that overhead resistance as we see here. Let's see if we break it today. Let's see if we break it just today. We don't have really much events coming up, despite some inflation numbers from outside of the world that could influence this. So only building permits that don't really have any bigger impact on crypto. But if we're looking at the news quickly, we are going to see that really the only thing that matters here is this one. Asia markets mostly rise as investors await China LPR, Japan inflation data this week. So Japan, fourth biggest economy since they were on a decline. Germany, which is also on a decline, still managed to overtake them. And yeah, that's basically it. What else is in the news? Tencent challenges Amazon and Microsoft cloud dominance. Doesn't matter to us. Samsung shares climb more than 7% after surprise 7 billion buyback plan. That's something that will never happen in Bitcoin. the buyback plan. Maybe MicroStrategy is the buyback plan, but quick power floor, and then we do the market watch and look at some alts. Power floor, how are we sitting? Well, now we're sitting exactly at under the logarithmic, under the regression band, so to say, under the linear regression fit, which is the green line, which is, it's not, let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, there we go. So that sits under, just at, what is that here where we are? 96,000 is the linear regression fit. We've never passed without breaching that level, right? We've never gone into full parabolic mode without breaching that level. It would be the first time ever that Bitcoin tops out under regression fit if we would fall short of 96K, okay? So, and the longer this consolidation now here takes, where we are sitting, the higher this band obviously moves. So now the other side of the medal is, if we were to zoom out again, oops, too much. That's not what I wanted. Let me go back. It's a little bit difficult to handle this chart. There we go. So you see also that in each bull run that we had so far, we overshot this regression band by a lot, this regression fit, the green line. So here we topped at $26. Here we overshot the upper band even by a little. And in this bull run, we did top at 20K or something like that. Only our last bull run did not meet it, and that is because the global liquidity party was abruptly started and then abruptly ended, which comes back to my theory that global liquidity is determining the shift. But you see here, if we were to hit this upper band here, going in the zoom again, in the next couple of months, if we were just saying, we would go beyond 350K. As probably we're not pumping all of that in one day, but let's say it's beginning of next year, then it would be more in the direction of 395,000 or something like that, or 380K. Absolutely crazy to think about that, but definitely north of 100K, as we're passing 100K exactly end of the year as linear regression fit. So either that or the whole power of law would be a little bit weird, right? It would be basically lose its importance. So that is that. Now let's talk about altcoins. Crazy stuff happening. So XRP up 8.3%, but Hbrar is knocking it out of the park today with 40%, almost 40% pump. In other news, with EOS 9%, Render 7.6%, Vechain almost 9%. A good day for Vechain here. Again, we have 25%. Casper almost 10%, XLM 11%, Crow 10.9%. So if you are in these bags, congratulations, your portfolio is very likely green. And on the week, we still have Peanut leading the charge. Peanut the squirrel, as well as with 205% and Bonk at 100%, as well as XLM 109%. So we see a lot of green in the market. It's starting. It's kind of starting. Even like the smallest bubbles, they have 5-6%. Some things are consolidating, like Helium, Tau, Tia, and so on, which have been pumping before prematurely. But we're seeing that it's not only Hbrar 124%, right? It's not only Memecoins anymore, right? Your memes are here, 20, 80, 20%, and so on. Peanut obviously is a meme, but Hbrar, XRP, and are not, right? They are not memes, and they're pumping as well. So here's the theory. Let's see here. Let's see a little bit the chat before we move on. We have Chris Klein here. Good morning, sir. Bitcoin Floki, POG. Let's go. Guto Ramirez says, see with 4% burn deflationary meme coin, 1.5 million holders, super underrated. Okay. See with, that sounds like a with copy, whatever, or a with, I don't know what. MVE, good morning to you. Mewtwo as well, good morning. Yeah, okay, this is like that sticker is basically us filling coffee into our heads. Then we have Casper to Kraken, and next is Binance. Everything is set up. Yeah, exactly. So actually it's Binance and Kraken tomorrow, 1400 for Casper. Sounds good. But I didn't see Casper moving too hard on this. It's like 8% or so right now. Huge news coming for MK tomorrow. Fill your bags, big week. MK, the gala of this bull run. Sounds really good. I hope it like MK. I think MK has better tokenomics than Gala. I'm pretty sure of that. RRV says like button, guys. Yeah, exactly. We have 35 people here. How many likes do we have? I don't know. I can't see it, but I'm trusting on you guys to keep to push the like button upwards, right? So on that note, let's quickly see some metrics here that influence our altcoin pump, right? And we haven't looked at this a while, but this is our prediction for this was our prediction for the USDT dominance, right? US dollar dominance, and we see that the USDT, the stablecoin dominance, is falling as expected out of this falling channel, and there is a little bit more room, so we could pump a little bit more until we encounter resistance, and on resistance we could encounter sideways to pullback, right? So this could be a clue how far we will go, right? Then what else do we have? Oh, then we have Sui, because Sui broke out of its resistance recently, like has retested as we talked about, and now it's a price discovery, right? It's now in price discovery. No one has an idea how high it will go, right? Will it go like this? I don't know. Like here, there could be the third wave already be initiated for Sui. Let's see. So you have this Elliott impulse wave, where you could, I don't know, right? You could reach everything, but let's just say it reaches, let's just say it goes to $20, okay? And then a nasty retrace to, I don't know, $6, yeah? And then a fifth wave that pushes to I don't know where. Could that be happening? Of course it could. Yeah, that's what altcoin season could bring. But it seems to be starting. By the way, how is our DXY doing? Will we get bullish fuel from the dollar in this bull run or not? Because I don't know what's going on, right? Like this is one of the two head scratchers that we're having. Here you have a resistance that's clearly broken. You have a resistance here for the dollar, and the dollar just gained in strength, as we're saying. Okay, so here this would be basically the show to reversal. Is the dollar gaining strength now because of the Trump administration? I don't know, but it should be losing at some point, right? So obviously it's sitting at major overhead resistance. We will see if it gets rejected. The party will go even more crazy. Let's see. Okay, so one more thing. Gold is pulling back, right? Gold has some kind of a pullback, whereas Bitcoin is rallying. This is also interesting. And Bitcoin dominance, quick look as well. We're just still sitting in here. Waiting. So all this altcoin move really is coming out of this, right? This little nothing here, right? And I had a comment, you know, guys, when Bitcoin dominance falls, altcoins rally. And I had a comment saying, that's actually now not how it works. Bitcoin dominance falls because altcoins are rallying. And that is true somewhat, but it is a chicken and egg question, right? Because if you think how the money flow really works, Bitcoin goes up. Why? Why does Bitcoin go up in dominance? Because people put money into Bitcoin and not into altcoins, or even sell some altcoins and put it into Bitcoin. So then how does Bitcoin dominance go down? Well, someone first sells Bitcoin and then moves that money into altcoins. So technically at the moment of the sell, if it's a swap, it's immediate, but at the moment of the sale, Bitcoin dominance goes down because someone moves out of Bitcoin, right? Or people move out of Bitcoin collectively. Then it goes down even further because that money hits the altcoin, okay? Unless, and here are more scenarios, people stop putting money into Bitcoin, but no one moves out, and then they put their new salaries into altcoins, and hence they are getting dominance, right? There are different theoretical scenarios why it's happening. But if you look at bigger traders, you see that at some point they are taking their Bitcoin, roll it directly into altcoins, right? So if I say Bitcoin dominance collapses and hence altcoins will rally, you can also assume that I know that altcoins could be rallying and hence Bitcoin is losing dominance in the market, right? It's chicken and egg, many things happening at the same time, that some retail investors come in and they see, oh my God, bonk, 100%, let me buy some bonk, boom. Bitcoin dominance goes a little bit down because they didn't buy Bitcoin at the same time, right? So that is just for our understanding that we have a common ground here for why or what Bitcoin dominance tells us. But overall, Bitcoin dominance tells us a picture of what's relevant and what's not. And if it loses support at some point, falls out of this, then the altcoins get more relevance, and that automatically fuels the hype, and that automatically means that retail investors are going into altcoins more than into Bitcoin if they see that altcoins give bigger returns. So then altcoins already have made returns. But at the present moment, and this is what I'm trying to tell you here, at the present moment, altcoins are not even in altcoin season. It's still Bitcoin season as long as we see this here, right? And we're very likely in the next couple of weeks and months to come, we're going to see some massive moves out of altcoins. Okay, back to the altcoins. Back to our altcoins. So let's look at some things more regarding altcoins. So first of all, where's my Sui? Okay, there we go. So we had Sui likely to pump. Let's look at a couple of those named in the chat. So we have Casper, USDT. And this is on the fly, right? But let's take... Okay, so Casper is still in its consolidation, right? And the interesting thing with Casper is very likely these announcements that were just mentioned by MVE might be leading to the breakout, okay? Maybe, potentially, right? It's anticipated. It can also happen that it takes a little bit more here until it really breaks out. But this could be the gearing up for a massive breakout to the upside for Casper. So this could be an interesting buy. If you want to be 100% sure, you just wait for breakout and retest. Not that it has to happen, right? But that could be 100% sure entry if you see a confirmed retest. Overall, it's headed towards a bull cross on the weekly, Casper. Also here in the MACD, and the RSI is not overbought, it's just sitting in the middle, so everything looks great for a breakout for Casper. So Casper looking very nice. Let's look at Vechain as well, as promised on the thumbnail and so on. Vechain also moving just according to plan. If you see this here, to the adjusted plan, I have to say. We had this a little bit earlier, anticipated this pump. But Vechain is moving according to plan. I mean, there's not much more. If you want to know about Vechain, then watch my Vechain video that I just put out the other day. It has already like more than 2,000 views. So Vechain, looks very bullish. And the cool thing is that on X, we've discussed this on X, Vechain gets a lot of traction. Vechain is putting out a lot of things in terms of building partnership and so on. So Vechain is looking good, gearing up for this next move up to previous cycle high in this cycle, right? At almost 5 cents, where it will encounter major resistance. Oh yeah, okay, so we have a couple of more coins to look at. But frequently now we will be looking at the altcoins here. So let's look at Mkate, and then we're looking at Veve as well. As long as my time, as long as I have enough time here. Because I have to leave in a second. But okay, so Mkate is looking very, very juicy, right? So we had this breakout here of this range. We encountered another resistance here. Overall, I think the move will go to this high at 2.8 cents, sorry, 2.8 cents. And then you have yourselves a really nice double bottom. So I think even though Mkate has pumped quite a bit already, like from this absolute bottom here, what is that? I mean, that was we are up 150%. Still, I think that Mkate could be an interesting buy, right? So because it has very little like VC, there's no real VC, everything is in circulating supply. They have some burn mechanics and whatnot. So Mkate could still be a play for this bull run where it's not too late. Let's look at Veve quickly. Veve USDT Gate.io chart. Okay, so Veve has also broken out of, let's see if if the chart on Maxi is better. Not really, it's the same almost. Let's go to the gate. I think it was launched on this one as CEX at least. So Veve had this massive downtrend, and or even falling wedge if you want, something like that, right? But and it broke out. Right now it's consolidating and holding the support. I think Veve is also a good one. Mkate and Veve could be really good ones to grab. Already, like the move to previous high is like a 6, 7, 8x, right? So Veve could be an interesting one as this falling wedge has played out. Keep only in mind that from this very low to where we are right now, it's already 2x'd, but that's not the problem in the bull run, right? And the market cap is really small. So I would say Veve and Mkate are good picks right now. Casper also to play the breakout looks really nice. Can you, what is S-World? Swirled USDT. There's no chart. You are coming with these super small coins, right? Or it's not the ticker. Also, guys, if I don't see your ticker or if your comment gets blocked, it's the YouTube algorithm, it's not me. Then you have to find a way to put in the ticker without getting blocked. I think that's some anti-spam mechanics. So, and by the way, if you like these quick looks at altcoins, then please let me know. We're going to do only one more thing, and that is looking at Veve digital collectibles. As we know, the NFT narrative is also not too far away, maybe 10 months or so, maybe a year, I don't know. But they are just coming out with a new collectible, the Punisher. And this will be evolvables, right? So we have it here, the Punisher collectibles. And one thing that I wanted to comment about this on Veve is they are now good with faces, right? I mean, we have seen it with the Wolverine, but this one with the Punisher as well, they are now really good with faces. Before, faces looked like shit, but now they're doing really good faces. I'm even inclined to buy an Electra, just because of the nostalgia of the absolute ugly work that has been done there. But who knows? Hey, Ome Prozol, good to see you. It's Binance. Indeed, it is. BTC symmetrical triangle breakout. Ooh, is it so? Rejected. Overhead resistance playing out, man. Look at that here. Resistance. Oh, actually, maybe it broke out. Sorry about that. Let's put it here on the... Yeah. Breakout retest more than that. Not rejected. more like ascending triangle on the very low time frames, right? Like this. Yeah. But overall, so far so good. I mean, the hourly chart, no one cares, right? What's important is that we go higher over time. In my chart, it broke out. Yeah, sorry for that. You're right. It broke out. Only that for me, like breakout. Actually, the breakout is not confirmed in my opinion, because 41 minutes you can still, like the candle can still close down there, right? So maybe a higher time frame. Maybe higher time frame. Maybe 4 hourly. Who knows, right? Like this. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But if you put it like this, you're yeah, I don't know. Do you like old Nissan Skylines, PH? What's that? I don't know what that is. It's clear breakout from symmetrical triangle structure, upper trend line. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what you see, but this is what I see. And the breakout did not happen on 4 hourly at least. But it's fine. I mean, this is like reading the coffee rests, you know. I'm using another structure. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe like with, I don't know. I don't know what you're using. Maybe this? Or only Wix? Wix only, and then, but still, I mean, still, I don't see it. Yeah. I don't see what you see, but it does not matter because we're going to go up higher anyways, right? Yeah. Maybe you see this, like if you take the candle, but it's not clean, man. I don't know. It's a car. I wish I could show you. Your top line is flat. Yes, my top line is flat. Oh, I know what you mean. You mean, okay, I see now. You mean this. You mean this, right? Put descending line from top. Yeah, you mean this. Now, 1 hourly. Okay. I see. You mean that. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. This is one way to read it. The other way would be flat top line. Okay. But you're right. I see it. Thank you very much for that. Now, quickly, because we have been talking about Veve, let's quickly see what they are doing, and then we are going to enjoy the pumps of today. So we had some of these designer drops and so on, but I think the real deal is really this Punisher Evolvables drop test. I'm probably going to do that. Maybe that's going to be even a stream. I don't know when this will be happening. Let me see. Show me more. Soon on Veve. Okay, so I think they said end of the month. So probably I have to try to make time for that, because that could be a cool drop stream. Anyways, guys, it's the Monday. It's a good start of the week. Bitcoin is green, going to the upside. Many altcoins with very bullish setups. So make sure to smash up the like button here for more updates on the altcoins. Subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you in the next Crypto Morning Coffee tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone, and bye.